Hi. Okay, so we are wanting to do a melody writing exercise. Now, this is a very hard thing actually to do, to create melodies. And it's a very important part of the exam paper for both Trinity and the Royal Schools theory. So it's something that needs to be taken very seriously and a lot of attention and thought given about it. Now, the first thing I want to say is no one starts writing a melody by just putting notes down. If you're going to start doing that, it'll end up sounding like this and go nowhere. So everything has to have a structure, just like an architect. And think about it, just like an architect, you don't just start building the house and laying bricks. The house will collapse, it will have no organization to it, and it will be a mess. The same with your melody. You can't just start writing notes and just start plonking it down. It has to be thought about. You have to establish its structure. You have to have your skeleton. Otherwise, the whole thing will never work. At this point, we want to look at the pentatonic scale. We're writing in a pentatonic minor, and they've asked you to do 8 bars. Now, before you even start, don't just start writing notes and filling things out, because like I said, that would become a nightmare. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to make everything the same. So this mouse of mine is not really working nicely. So I'm actually just going to reduce it to a rhythm. Don't even think melody at this stage. Okay, so that's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing we're going to look at, we have 4 bars plus 4 bars. So we've got 2 phrases. So I have to have a cadential point here of some sort. So a cadential point is a breathing place or a pausing place. So what I'd like to do is possibly end on, let's say, a minim. Okay, so, and then here as well, the ending, because it's 4/4 time, we also want to end on a minim. We do not want to end on a semi-breve. That's just actually quite lazy. So let's just do a double bar line there. So, okay. No, we don't want to repeat anyway. So let's just undo that repeat. Goodness me, sometimes, when you're looking at the thing, just a double, just a final bar line. Thank you very much. Very nice of you. Okay, so there's my basic structure. So the first thing we want to do is create a balanced rhythm. Now, the first thing that you need to realize is that the second phrase should really start the same as the first phrase. Okay, so let's control C that, and we're going to place it there. So there, I've already got that rhythm established. Now, remember we used to do an ABAC. In other words, probably the third bar should have something to do with that first bar. So let's again copy that. And remember, the most effective melodies are quite repetitive, huh? But instead of having it exactly like that, let's maybe change it somewhat. Let's do that. And let's do that. Boom, let's get rid of that. And there we have, and we take it up, and there we have it the same. Now I'll do the exact same thing there. And let's plonk it there. Okay, now we're starting to look quite nice. Let's do this last bar here quickly. Now, we don't want to introduce rhythms and things that aren't here, so let's keep things that they have selected. And let's do that. Maybe 4 quavers, and then we end. And then possibly here at the end, let's do, just because we are slowing down, let's go back and make it a dotted crotchet. Because we are slowing down, let's make it like that. I now have got most of that melody sorted. 1, 2, 3, the 4, the 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, ba, 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 bum, 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 bum. See, that actually sounds rather nice. So all I've got left with is this bar. Now we don't want to create like 2 minims, because that means I'll bring the whole structure to a grinding halt. We've got crotchets, we've got quavers, we've got semi-quavers. So let's put something else in. Let's put a crotchet in, stop a little bit of movement. And then let's do this. Tum, ta, and then a quaver. That's quite a nice rhythm to play. Because also you've got to remember, it must be easy to play for the person who's going to read your music. You don't want to give them something that is so difficult that they can't play. How's that? So there we have 1, 2, 3, the 4, the 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, the 4, the 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and I actually can quite simply just take that bar and actually just put it there. Now I have a rather nice rhythm. My structure is set. My first phrase looks very similar to my second phrase, maybe the odd little change here and there. But that is quite easy. Now I can actually start putting melody notes, which we will discuss the next time. But that gives you some idea of how to set up your melodic rhythmic structure. I hope that helps.